Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel once again. My name is Esther Ndungenduku, the lady that your mama warned you about. Nimekula nini iko na tu vitu hapa. Hey, let me jago. So guys, karibuni sana. I've really been having Murife weeks. My weeks have really been running so much and I was really like feeling so much anxious about what to do, how to go about it, and it really felt like things were just out of control for a minute. And it's because we have really been having a lot of practices. As you can hear my voice, I've really been doing a lot of practice for worship experience we're having, and so like it's really been a juggle classes, everything just gets out of hand and you feel like, whoa, I almost forgot that I have a YouTube channel and that I need to update you guys, I need to post, I need to do all that. But mimi ni nani I was like, whoo, I don't remember you guys. But this is me coming back and telling you guys, niko area, niko kabisa mashughuli ni mingi, but at the end of the day we have to focus. We have to still come back and talk because this is a safe space for us all. We can come here, pour out our heart, be real, talk real issues. Yeah. And so today I just wanted to talk about anxiety because that is what I've really been experiencing as an individual this week. I've really been anxious. I've really been going after things. I've really been like, zingine naacha, zingine nafanya, zingine na feel like, oh, they need a lot of effort. I just put them aside. But then I've learned not to procrastinate, because when I procrastinate, it means that I'm not able to like stick to my schedule. And I'm not able to like have a clear structure of how I'm supposed to do things. So this week has really been a marathon. But I love the fact that I've been committed, I've been showing up, and even right now I'm showing up. So congratulate yourself for showing up. Even if these Murife weeks they are running, at least you're showing up for yourself. And so the topic of today is going to be how to handle anxiety and how to know you are anxious or you have anxiety. Okay, so let's get into the topic of today as we get to discuss how to know you're anxious, how to handle it, and how to show up for yourself better and better as a person who knows that you're anxious and a person who knows how to control it. So let's get into the topic of today, because I'm the woman that your mama warned you about. Kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Vile inafaa, Murife vile inafaa. Subscribe hapo chini. Yeah. So this week I just discovered that I had anxiety. I have anxiety and it's been existing for a very long period of time. And so I was hit by the reality that I had not yet like finally dealt with my anxiety levels. Because the last time I was anxious when things exams were nearer, examinations were nearer, like administration was nearer, I would really get anxious in a way that I would not want like that time ifike. And I got to understand that it was anxiety. And right now, looking back at how I handled it, I tried last time. But this time I was so shocked that I thought I had handled it the other time, but this time it came with a bang. So like thrice the efforts, thrice the times the previous one. So I discovered I had anxiety. And as you can tell from my voice, we have really been having ministrations. We have a powerful worship experience that is coming soon. So we have been really going for practices on a daily basis. And so I got to discover that I am truly anxious, and it's because like I had not dealt with it from the first time that it portrayed itself, from the first time it like came and showed up on my doorstep, in my life. And so it's really been a week whereby I've really been learning on how to handle my anxiety levels, on how to show up in the midst of all these like marathoning weeks, in the midst of all these like classes, YouTube, guitar classes, a lot of things showing up. And so discovering that I had anxiety, I was like, so what am I going to do about it? And in ways I know that you guys, you also want to know how I discovered I had anxiety, and how you guys can also like overcome anxiety and be able to show up better in your truest self, and be able to be like full in terms of even doing your examination, not like being anxious. Because when you are so much anxious, you might miss the goal, you might miss the mark, and like not perform the way you had expected yourself to perform, or not like minister the way you had expected yourself to minister, or not public speak the way you yourself you had expected to public speak. So this week I discovered that I had anxiety and that I had not dealt with it, and I'm really dealing with it, handling it carefully, and like nikiona mahali, like I'm just quick to say that that is anxiety that is speaking to me. And so the feeling of anxiety first comes in with the fact that you feel like you are not able to like step up to be that kind of a person that duty calls you to be. For example, it's an examination you are studying for. Let me use that example. And so when it comes nearer the examination, you start feeling insufficient, like you are not like you are not qualified, like you have not yet done enough, that the feeling of not yet hitting the mark. And so I discovered that wow, it's really real, guys. Anxiety is really real, and it exists because it is right. Because when you're not anxious, it means that you don't care about the thing that is about to come, and that when you're anxious, it means that you want to give your level best outside there, and that you don't want to just settle for a mediocre performance or a mediocre like public speech. So you want to do it to the best maximum way you can. And so I realized that where it was really hard for me to first like accept and say that yes, I am anxious, and I don't really need to like judge myself. I really need to accept myself the way I am, and I really need to go out and like sort this thing out, because if it comes in a lot of pressure, I will not be able to deliver the way that the community, the people, and I myself want to deliver. And so these are the ways you can discover you are an anxious person. The first one is like when you have sweaty palms or sweaty hands. For example, you're doing a presentation in class and you just feel like, oh, like I'm just scared, my palms are wet. Like una feel a lot of water, watery hands. And it's because like you just are not able to control yourself. You just feel like, like the earth can open up and swallow you up. And it's because you are anxious. And so I want you to first do this thing. This is something that I've learned that calms me down when I feel like I'm so anxious. First I do this, I do my hands like this, and then I do this, I rub this thumb, then I go to this, then I go to this, then I go to this, then I go to this. You see, I've done the left hand. I think in the camera it will look like right. I don't know how it's going to be. And then I've done this, do this, do this. I think it's a Japanese style or something, and then you do this. It's a way that calms you down. It calms a person down. Surely, it really does. I've really tried it, especially when I'm about to minister and I feel anxious. You do that and it's going to like help you, like, yeah, now you'll feel so good. You can try it even wherever you are, and you ensure that everything is good. Yeah. Yes, that is a Japanese style that I learned. I had to pick up phone call, but anyway, yeah, ni sawa. So sweaty palms, and that is how you can deal with it, and it's really been beneficial to me. It has really helped me calm down and show up in a way that people think I'm confident, but I'm not. I am always trying to manage my anxiety levels. Okay, and then you have a sweaty forehead. When you're speaking, you get to find yourself like you have a sweaty forehead. It's because you're straining your nerves, like, I want to do this perfectly. I want this to be good. I want this to be da. So you have a sweaty forehead, and you can try and like breathe a lot, breathe deep breaths, like like taking in deep breaths. It's going to help you, because when you take in those deep breaths, it calms down your nerves, your brain. It will just calm all your body parts. It could calm down, because it is going just to be like lovely. You are allowing yourself to breathe wholly, and you are allowing yourself to be like present and all of that. So like and all of that, like it will avoid. And then you can carry a handkerchief when you feel like you're about to sweat, and like you just styling you part it like a design, you're taking care of your foot. Don't like that, just patting, and it's going to be good, especially in these places like this. Just pat yourself and ensure that you are good, especially if you're an oily person with an oily skin. Ensure that everything is good, and apply some powder before you go and present, and it's going to be like good. Wow, awesome, amazing. People will be like commenting like that, but you deep in your heart, you'll be knowing how much you have struggled to like stand up and show up. And so another thing is fidgeting and shaking. Most people would do like this. I don't know, fidgeting of the legs. It's because like you just are anxious. Wow, when will this teacher like go? When will like this Nana presentation end? No, like a lot of things like that. So when you discover that you are fidgeting a lot, just calm down, control your legs. Don't like fidget so much. Like take your time and like be still, be in the moment. Don't like try to like have another world or think on other things. Just like ensure you are calm. Yeah, unakuwa calm, and you ensure that you don't like fidget, and it's going to like slow down your breathing, because imagine when you are fidgeting, you're not breathing very well. So like calm it down, like just be still and know that everything is going to be fine. Yeah. And then I also discovered that for me, like it happened like in my sleep time, that I discovered I was anxious, whereby the whole night I'm sleeping, but I'm not like, when I wake up, I'm not yet fully like I've not like slept. I'm tired. When I'm waking up, I'm tired, and there is nothing I've done. I'm just from sleep. I discovered that at night that I get to replay, or if it's a presentation, I get to see to dream at here I am on that presentation and I'm presenting. And so like that's when I discovered like kumbe, this is the biggest type of anxiety that I'm dealing with. That if I'm supposed to go, for example, when we were in primary, when you're going for trip tomorrow, that night you could not sleep because you're really anxious. You're like, the bus is going to leave me. Your bus itanimacha, so ikiniacha, oh nini. So that morning you wake up so early, and even at a mamako, your parents are like, today you have woken up so early, kwani what's up, or if it's an event you're going or a trip you're going, you don't want to be left behind, and it's because of anxiety. So I think anxiety started even when we were young, and it's something that we can control. It makes you like kujituma, like you're there showing up for that thing or that event like fully and not like halfway. So yes, for me, I dream that I'm in this event, I'm doing whatever I'm doing, and I'm like, I wake up and I feel like I'm not yet fully rested. Like I've just like slept like 10 minutes, and it's been a series of 7 hours of sleep, and so for me, I've calmed myself down. There's an app that is always associated with the clock, the clocky thing, and then kuna deep sleep, those things, so you can put those stuff, and then as they always like take 30 minutes for them to like shut down, like they cannot make the noise until morning. So for those 30 minutes I've been playing that ka sound, and it's really been helping me to calm down. When I play the ka sound, it gives me that 30 minutes to just like be in that space, to forget like I'm supposed to be somewhere tomorrow, I'm supposed to be somewhere on Thursday, I'm supposed to be doing this on that day. So like it's really been giving me a vibe of like not like feeling pressure, but a calming and soothing voice that is able to get me into sleep, and I will not be able to worry. It's really been working out perfectly, and I wake up and I feel like I'm fully rested. I'm fully rested. And so I can we thank the clock, the people who invented the clock? Yes, because they have really been helping us. It's in the hiyo app ya clock hapo kwa app kwa nini kwa settings, alarm settings. When you go there, it's going to sleeping sounds, and when you can get those sounds there. They take 30 minutes, you can play them, and then you get to be fully rested, you get to sleep, and you get to feel good and not like feel anxious, because for those 30 minutes you are deep usha dive deep into sleep. And another thing is you get to like, when you are anxious, when you're speaking, the words evaporate. You don't know what to say. You become like speechless because you are so much careful on the words that you're saying in such a way that you get to limit yourself. You get to be scared even of what, like, there's just a lot of scrutiny that you yourself as an individual, you have taken yourself into, and it's really deep because you yourself, you're judging yourself even before you make the statements. So one thing that I've really learned is that not judging my statements, like just being truthful, saying my honest truth, my honest way, and like letting the people to be the judges, not like me judging myself. Because if I judge myself, I'm limiting myself towards what I am supposed to say, what I'm supposed to do, da 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 da, and all of that. So it's okay for you to like not think so much about the words. Just think about the moment and what you're supposed to say in the moment. Like words will give, zitakuja, they will come, the words will come. After I say this word, another word is going to come. It all stems from just saying that first word, and the other words are going to come. So don't be anxious, just say this and the other words are just going to come. It's going to flow. But if you keep on thinking about what I'm going to say next, then you cut the thought of like being in the present, of knowing what you're saying right at the present. So anxiety is really, really bad in a way that it's good, it has its benefit, and it has his negativity. So the negatives are the highest than the positivity, because when it becomes so toxicated, it goes to the to the negativity side rather than the positivity side. So you have to be careful that you don't lose your words. Just plan yourself, know what you're saying right now, and the next. You don't have to be perfect, you don't have to know it all. Just do it one step at a time, and you're going to get there. I also discovered that you get to have like, you pee a lot, you go to the latrine a lot, especially when it's time for presentation. You get to like feel like every time like you feel like going to pee. That was something that happened to me the other time I was ministering somewhere. Like I just felt like I had to pee. After every 5 minutes I'm peeing. And I was like, I can't eat this water, and I've not taken like any liquids. But I discovered that it's because of sijui, when you're stressed, sijui that whatever. It's some fluids that get to be released on your body, and then the only trigger they can trigger is your boils. And so every time you just want to go to the toilet, go to the latrine. And then you have to know, don't take a lot of liquids on that day. This is the control measure. Don't take a lot of liquids that day. Ensure also that you are aware that when you are going to the toilet, it means that you are anxious. So you block it and you say that I am not like going to the toilet because I've gone to the toilet and I'm not going again and again and again and again. Like I go once and it's good, I'm good to go, and don't take a lot of fluids. And you can take some bread and something. Bread works as a control measure, but you are not going to feel like you're going to the loo every time. So yes, yeah, that's all I can say about peeing. And then you like losing your words, it's going to be like something that you have to master. Get to know like your weakest points as a public speaker, as a public minister, as a meeting. Maybe you're in a meeting, you're supposed to run the meeting as the chairperson, and then these things, anxiety comes in and creeps in and makes you feel like you're not worthy of just being like in a present moment with those people, and it robs you the freedom of being you. So be you, be real. For me, I've learned that anxiety is something that I'll have to deal with for a very long period of time, but it's not going to shake me down. It's not going to crumble me down in a way that I cannot be able to perform in a large congregation of almost 1,000 people. Like anxiety is not going to make me like not reach my full potential. Anxiety is not going to make me like not feel like I am worthy enough, like of sitting for that examination. Anxiety is not going to make me like fidget and sweat every time. Like I have to control this, and the power is in your hands, dear listener. The power is in your hands for you to control the anxiety levels that you are in, because some are in the middle, others are in the low anxiety levels, and kuna the peak anxiety level. So you can get to categorize yourself and know how deep is your anxiety, how deep is it, and is it like limiting you from showing up, is it like limiting you from being your fullest self outside here. So get to know all that, and it's going to be beneficial for me. I thank the fact that I've been able to share about this content, because it was not easy for me, like even coming out and saying that yes, I have suffered, and I'm also suffering from anxiety, and it's something that I deal with it on a daily basis. Even showing up, going to class, like sometimes I feel like, is this close? Is this cloth like beautiful? Do I have to go with this? Is this hairstyle? Have I really brushed my teeth well? Or can I go for a second round? Can I, like, a lot of, are these shoes in line with this clothes? Like, you're just anxious and being petty. You end up like wasting a lot of time simply because you're anxious, rather than taking the energy onto perfecting the things that zinahitaji your time, the things that need that time. So you get to realize that, guys, anxiety is real and it's outside here. And even in terms of even your walking style, even the body that God has given you, are you really proud of being in that body? Or you feel like, oh, I'm too petite, oh, I'm too plump, I just feel like I just want to show up in this body of mine. So that's anxiety, and you have to catch it when it like comes, or you have to catch it when it like wants to show up, and control it. Anxiety is something that people are dealing with, and nobody can lie to you that I'm not handling anxiety in the slightest ways. Even when you get a visitor at your place, there's a way, in a manner that you want to portray yourself, like rather than the way when the visitor is not around. There's a way you carry yourself when visitors are around, and when they are gone, there's a way you carry yourself. So that is also anxiety. How would you are you your realest self, or when the guests come, you change, you become this kind of person that people have never seen? When they go, you become your real self. So you get to show up in ways that you yourself as an individual, you are proud of and you are consistent of. So yes, thank you so much for listening to this video. If it has really been helpful, kindly like, share, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let me meet you guys once again next week. I don't know how much flexible I'm going to be, but one thing that I'm sure is that I'm not anxious, and that I'm handling it on a personal level, and on a like yani kizungu ni kizungu kubwa, sitaki kuangusha hapa kizungu kubwa. Like, I'm handling it closely, I monitor closely, and I love it. I love you guys. Take care of yourself, control your anxiety levels, and ensure that anxiety does not make you feel like you are not worthy and you cannot be able to do the things that you're supposed to do. Sini sawa? Nawapenda sana. Bye.